Film starts with a boy named Kurt who runs a social media channel. He used to stay active on his channel. He uploads many stories on his channel like his dog's story and his parents' story. He tells that his parents got divorced and tries to make the soundtrack. He also gives his reviews on different products. His friend is shown named Bobby. He also runs a channel and plays games on it. Bobby has many followers as compared to Kurt. That's why Kurt wants to come live with Bobby, but he refuses. He says, "Don't come live with me," but Kurt becomes furious at this. He leaves, and later, Kurt is shown as a street driver. He conveys the customers to their destination. Kurt is working on social media for around 10 years, but he hasn't got any special success yet. This makes him worried, and he sees that Bobby is succeeding and has many followers, but I don't. His followers don't comment on his post. After a few days, Kurt posts a video. He says, "I have an idea with it. People will like, share or comment on his post, then I will be famous." Kurt is shown starting his task in the next scene. He introduces himself and shows backseat where he has placed a mineral water bottle. Then he goes to meet his mother. The video was recording when he goes to meet his mother. His mother called him to meet, and there was a bracelet in his hand when he returns. He hangs the bracelet in his car. Then a customer arrives and he has to go to a park, but seeing cameras he asks, "What is it?" He tells him, "I have done this for my safety." This customer tells him he delivers speeches in front of 3,000 people. Right now he is going for a speech. Hearing him, Kurt appreciates him, and then they discuss different topics. Meanwhile, Kurt starts driving speedily and the man asks him to drive slowly. He gets scared and Kurt says, "There is a water bottle near you, have water." He agrees and drinks a sip of water from the bottle. Kurt has mixed poison in the water, so the man starts coughing and tries to open the doors of the car. He was breathing difficultly and dies later. Kurt was enjoying seeing the man dying and makes a victory sign. Then he says, "One man down." Later, a lady was his next customer. She places her luggage in his car. She sits in the car while arguing with her husband and drinks water from the bottle. She also gets faint after a short time. Kurt takes her phone and gives himself 5 stars for his driving. He is shown playing in the car in the next scene. Meanwhile, another boy sits in his car, and they enjoy the music track. Then Kurt receives a girl request named Jessie, and she wants to enjoy his ride. When Kurt goes near the girl, she cancels her request. Kurt says, "I am a 5-star driver, so you can take a drive from me." The girl sits in his car, but after some time they starts arguing and Jessie becomes furious at it. She leaves the car. While leaving, she throws the water from the bottle at the passenger. They again start their journey, and Kurt takes this passenger to a deserted road. He stops the car while saying this is a shortcut, and the passenger comes out of the car. After moving the car forward, he reverses it. The car hits the man and he falls to the land. Kurt drives his car on him and ends him brutally. This passenger tells Kurt before dying the lady passenger named Jessie is a famous comedian. She has many followers on her account. Kurt sees that girl's account and she was viral and has many followers. He also sees his videos where none was commenting. Just one of his friends named Bobby was commenting. He was telling in comments that he is cheap material. He was saying, "Your post isn't interesting." Bobby was criticizing Kurt again and again, and he doesn't like this. After getting 3 peoples into his car, he drives recklessly and they were scared, but he says, "This is an adventure. Nothing will happen to you and I will take you to a dangerous place. People usually don't go there, but it's an exciting place." They agree, and when Kurt takes them there, he asks them to see outside through a window and enjoy. A girl comes and sits with him, and the couple sitting behind sees outside the window. Meanwhile, the wild wolf attacks the couple. Kurt shuts the window so they couldn't come inside the car. They die there, and the girl in the car was also getting scared. She was screaming. He turns his drilling machine on and kills the girl. There was blood everywhere in the car, and Kurt is shown washing his car. He sees there isn't any comment on his video. On another side, the people were commenting on the video of Jessie posted with her grandmother. Kurt becomes jealous and says, "I'm doing huge tasks, even then there are no comments on my video. See her, there are many comments on her video and she has many followers." Jessie is shown at home and the door knocks. While thinking about who has arrived at this time, she goes to open the door. The scene shifts and Kurt is shown at Bobby's house while recording the video. Bobby was live on his channel and Kurt asks him to tell his followers about him. Bobby tells everyone Kurt was his babysitter and he used to do strange tasks to get followers. He always tries to increase his followers. Kurt comes in anger hearing this and attacks Bobby with his knife. The live streaming was on and the people were showing their different responses. Some were saying this is fake and some were saying this is a prank. But all of them were enjoying it. Bobby also takes out a gun to escape and was about to shoot him, but he snatches the gun. Bobby dies in all this, and this was going on live. There was blood everywhere and even on Kurt's face. Now Kurt again comes live and tells everyone about it. Bobby used to talk too much, that's why he has ended him. Later, he takes shower and shows the victory sign in live streaming. He receives a message from his father to drop him at the club. He makes his father sit in the car and there was a discussion between them about Kurt's mother. His father asks about the gun in the car and he says, "I have kept it for my safety." Kurt breaks the signals on the way, and after reaching the club, he meets a girl named Uno. He makes her sit in his car for dropping her at home. While Kurt was out, she finds the water bottle and sips from it, but starts coughing and gets faint later. Kurt returns and discovers Uno has drunk water from the bottle due to it. She has died or maybe fainted. Meanwhile, the police officers are shown coming near the car and Uno comes to her senses. This girl gets scared and was feeling like the officers are also with Kurt, because she has seen Kurt's gun in the car, and because of it, she gets scared. She fires a police officer with this gun. Kurt also comes back in his car and was driving speedily. The police were chasing him. He drives his car on the wrong highway path and it was live. Everyone was enjoying that. How is he driving so fast? His driving style was dangerous, that's why his followers were increasing. He was excited to see them. Jessie is shown delivering a speech on the stage. As she is a comedian, she is making everyone laugh. She talks about Kurt and he was also hearing all this. Jessie tells she met a boy who was fond of getting followers on social media. He used to do weird things for this. She was making fun of Kurt and he doesn't like this. Kurt was about to shoot her, but then she changes her words. She tells them she was like Kurt before and used to stay restless for people's attention. Now I have taken my retirement from social media, and then she breaks her phone. Kurt, who was about to shoot her, changes his decision. Later, he sits in a taxi that was driven by an old man. Kurt was talking to him and after some time he steals his car from him. Another boy asks Jessie, "Can I drop you at your home?" Jessie refuses and takes a taxi instead of moving with that man. Kurt was in that taxi and he said to her, "Did you recognize me? I am that mad boy about whom you were talking." Jessie starts feeling uncomfortable. She asks him to stop the car, but Kurt doesn't listen to her and didn't stop the car. He starts talking to her and says, "Let's get famous on social media together." Jessie was scared and to escape she takes a wire and starts to feint him. Kurt also punches the girl to escape and makes her faint. He shows her live and asks to people what to do with this girl. They say end her, and his followers were increasing gradually. Some were commenting negatively and some were positive. Most of them were enjoying themselves. Kurt tries to pick something to kill her. Jessie disappears from there and he tries to find her. He sees she is inside the car and Kurt is shown running in front of the car while Jessie was driving. He was escaping and running towards his house. He moves inside his house and Jessie was behind him. The car hits their house and the wall of their house breaks. There was a female dead body in their house and Kurt's father comes out. He says to Jessie, "What have you done?" With his gun, Kurt shoots his father. The dead body was of Kurt's mother. He has ended his mother and wants to fire Jessie, but his gun was out of bullets. Jessie reverses her car to run. Then she drives her car speedily towards Kurt to end him. Kurt collapses with the wall and dies there. Everything was going on live and people were becoming happy to see this. Everyone was commenting and asking Jessie to see whether he is alive or dead. She slowly comes out of the car being scared and sees him. She hits Kurt's face even though many people were watching them. Jessie takes their picture and posts it on her social media. This story of Kurt has gone viral and this story was everywhere. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching and subscribing as it helps the channel.